Hey, Cooter. Joe, check this out. There's Anywhere But Here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Anywhere But Here.
What's Anywhere But Here? Anywhere But Here in Mississippi?
No, man, Anywhere But Here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the Wars in the Stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere But Here podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 40 of Anywhere But Here this week. 40.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
12 more episodes.
12 weeks. 12 weeks.
And we've done it for a whole year.
Yeah.
Without missing a week.
We're amazing.
We've not... Yeah, but anyway.
You can find us at abhpod.com and all the usual places. Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, ABHpod.
You can find the both of us on Twitter as well. I'm Hey It's Me Tom.
I'm Hey It's Ant.
And you can find us on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/abhpod.
Yes. YouTube.com
Yes.
/ABH podcast. And you can see videos.
Which is where you might be watching this if you're watching this.
If you're watching this, yes. If you're listening to it, you probably got it from iTunes.
Probably, yeah.
If you've subscribed, you got it on Sunday. If you didn't, you probably got it Monday. And
Yeah.
you
So
should
which is
subscribe so you can get it a day
Why
early.
you should subscribe, yeah. Or you might be listening to it on your Android phone on Stitcher.
Or Pocket
Or
Cast.
possibly Pocket Cast. We had a request to put the show on Pocket Cast.
No. We were already on Pocket Cast.
Oh, we
apparently.
were?
We
Oh.
had a request on Windows Phone, so
That's
we
right.
should be on Windows Phone.
Yes, and that's specifically for Jake Calland.
Yeah, and can you let us know if we're on there, because neither of us have got Windows phones, so
Yeah.
we can't. If you could let us know if we're up there, yeah, I did tweet the guy and he said he'll put it up.
Mm.
But yeah, Pocket Casts I downloaded because I'm now on Android.
Indeed you are.
I am.
Yes, you've
And it's
forsaken...
Pocket Cast is really good.
Is it?
Yes.
Right, okay. So we can give a thumbs up to Pocket Cast.
There's no subscription or comment set thing on that, so don't worry about that on Pocket Cast. But do it
right.
everywhere else.
So it's just what? It's streaming?
It's download. You can download and everything.
Oh, right.
It is a podcast app.
Oh,
But
okay.
but there's no rating system, I don't think.
Yeah. See, as most people should know, I don't have
Smartphone.
fancy smartphones or anything.
But you
like
do
that.
have a Samsung Galaxy Tab, so you
I
could
do.
get Pocket Casts. But
Okay,
it
then.
costs money,
Oh right, well.
so you probably won't
I've
bother.
got iTunes.
Yeah.
That's free. That's free. iTunes is great. But maybe the iPhone, sorry,
Yes.
perhaps not so good.
No, the
What's
iPhone's
the
good.
What's the verdict?
If I had the money, I would still be on iPhone.
Yeah, but you've
Even after having an Android. I do like it. It is really good. It's customizable, and you can do loads of stuff with it, which is part of the problem, I think.
right.
Like, yeah.
So what's the verdict on Samsung?
It's good.
Yeah,
That's the thing, it is good.
but it's not quite as good as an iPhone.
It's as good, but I prefer the way the iPhone works.
Right. Do you think it's just a question of getting used to it, perhaps?
Yeah, but again, that's the thing. You don't need to get used to iPhones. It's
They're just
intuitive.
easy to use.
Like, there's too many menus and too much to do. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, yesterday, because my brother and sister both got Samsungs, and I was talking to them yesterday about it, and my brother was like, oh yeah, if you notice the photos are really shaky. I was like, yeah. He goes, well, I looked online. If you go into the settings and you've got to disable one option so you can enable another option, and that'll stop it being so shaky. I went, alright, so I went into the settings on the phone. He went, no, it's in the settings on the camera. And you're like,
Why would the... Oh.
so you, like, nothing is not intuitive.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that you would go to the settings within the camera.
But on, say, an iProduct...
iPhone,
it
you
would-
go into settings and it would have the camera settings in the
amongst
normal
the-
settings as well.
Well, yeah, because it's a part of the phone, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
The camera is part of the phone, so why would there be a separate...
Separate area for settings for the camera. It should be, like, there should be settings and then settings for each thing
Yeah.
within there. But you can also access the settings from the camera on the iPhone. But stuff like anti-shake and stuff is in settings on the phone. Like, I don't know. It is. I don't know if it's the Samsung version of Android like that, because I have heard that is quite bulky and there's a lot to it.
Right.
So it might just be specific to Samsung Android devices.
I mean, to be fair, I've not gone in depth on my tablet.
Yeah. Which is my problem. Which was initially my problem with Android anyway.
Yeah.
It's a generic operating system that a lot of companies have taken.
Yeah.
So each Android device does things differently.
which is a pain because you want it all to work.
Android should be
'cause, like,
Android.
The
It should be
iPhone
generic.
works the same way as the iPad, which works the same way as
Yeah, and I
you
mean
know,
the Macs now use like
that
iOS.
kind of- yeah.
Or no, iOS is now built on Mac OS 10 technology, so they all work similar.
Yeah.
Like the Mac now has like a main home screen, and you can swipe to different areas where different apps are, like on iOS, and they all work the same.
Yeah. But for
And that-
some, I mean,
yeah.
Microsoft can't do that because there are many companies under Microsoft and that use Microsoft products but want to set
Yeah,
their,
well, it's Google, isn't it? Android.
yeah.
Yes, Google, and then but Samsung used the Google operating system, and HTC used the Google operating
But
system,
they
and
all have
Sony
their
used the
own-
Google operating system.
yeah.
But Windows are doing it right, like Microsoft.
Yeah.
I think they're now making the phones and they make the operating system, which is how Apple does it. They make the device and they make the software for the device, so that software works perfectly with the hardware that they're using.
So I think the main thing to take away from this perhaps is maybe Mr. Apple person just drop the prices a bit.
Everything costs as much as it costs because it works.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Samsung, Android and Samsung still really good phone.
Yeah.
And if you want the customization, then go for it. And like I posted on Facebook earlier in the week, I'm playing Legend of Zelda,
This is
A Link
true.
to the Past, so
Yeah,
you can't really
which
go
you
wrong.
can't-
And Beneath the Steel Sky, I've got on a emulator, and Broken Sword, I've got on an
Nice.
emulator. It's just like fucking right.
Which you can't really do on
No,
the
I mean it is wrong to emulate classic games like that, but we played Beneath the Steel Sky. Me and my dad, we used to play it on an Amiga,
Nice.
on like 15 floppy disks, which came in a box and it's, you know,
remember
and that's how
those
you
days.
should play it. But not many people have got a working Amiga desktop computer
No,
anymore.
it's true. They tend not to have. You know, they're built to last longer than, like, I'm sure the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One will be built to last. But it's kind of 30
PlayStation
years
4
old
very
now.
close. Well, I'm not getting
Well,
it until
no,
December.
you're not allowed to open it until December 25th.
No, and I think America are getting it 14 days before the UK.
Yeah.
They're getting on the 15th, I think. We're getting on the 29th. Looking forward to it, though.
Yeah. Like I say, I'll probably give it some time. I'll see what happens. I'll see how long how long I can stave off.
Well, I think you're doing the right thing as well. Like I suppose I am in a sense. Like on the initial release, it's going to be buggy as shit. I should imagine.
Be like, and 3 games.
There's going to be a lot of. Well, yeah, I mean, like Watch Dogs was going to be a release date title, and that's been pushed back to April because they want to get it perfect. Like, wow. So there aren't going to be a lot of release day titles, and like all the games I want, like that, and Dying Light as well is another one I want, which is a bit like Mirror's Edge but with zombies.
Yeah, you showed me some of that footage.
Yeah, but I don't know when that's going to be released. Oh, there you go.
Someone's got a phone
Brilliant.
call. Shall I?
Manchester? No.
Manchester.
No, it's a call centre.
Ugh.
They tried to call me the other day, and I was like, "No, thank you."
Was that last week that you?
I think that
recorded
is the
it?
same people.
We're
Yeah,
gonna have to put that.
yeah, I will do it. It's still.
How-
Yeah, the footage is still on my computer.
It's,
I think I didn't delete it because of that reason.
Yeah. Possibly.
I think. Yeah.
Maybe you should have done it live on the show.
Yeah. Never mind. Anyway.
But yeah. So yeah. So,
Yeah. So I got my Samsung and I posted my iPhone away.
Yeah.
But the iPhone screen looks fucking tiny now. It really does.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
so
sure.
weird, and it feels so heavy. But
Hey,
well.
it's what you're lumbered with,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But Zelda.
Zelda
So
for the win.
indeed.
A bit like Brenner.
Brenner is great. Yeah, news. Bit light on news this week.
Well,
mainly because
maybe not, but I haven't looked.
Yeah, mainly because Britain is bracing itself for the biggest storm in about 30 years. Well, 20.
Britain's biggest storm.
Yeah.
It's going to be nothing compared to what
Yeah, we
like,
don't
other
get
countries
like
get.
we don't get like that Oklahoma thing.
No, nothing as
Quite
bad.
that bad. I mean, in 1987 was the last big storm. It was when
Yes.
my brother was born, just before it.
Yes.
And apparently he slept through the whole thing. I don't remember it because I was only 2.
Yeah, I was 2. There was one in 1990 as well, wasn't there? I believe.
Yeah.
And I vaguely remember like broken fences and things like that.
But this one's supposed to be even bigger than the one in 1987. We're supposed to be getting 80-mile-an-hour gusts.
which is fast for us.
Yeah. I mean, it's not twisters. It's just going to be constant.
It's just a hurricane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hurricane. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because it got windy last night, really windy last night. I was driving up to Lakeside, IKEA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And going over some of the more exposed bridges on the motorway.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
really
yeah.
difficult
Especially
keeping the
even
car.
that one in Rochester.
Yeah,
just
that
over
one's
Rochester.
the worst.
Yeah, it's terrifying
Worse
sometimes.
than the Dartford crossing bridge.
Yeah, that gets bad when it's just a little bit gusty. So I imagine winds like last night, or winds like, well, I mean, the winds that are coming, they'll probably close it.
I wouldn't dare. With 80 mile an hour
Is it tonight? No, it's tomorrow night. It's supposed to get really bad, isn't it? Monday night.
Yes, yeah, it's supposed to be Monday that it hits. I mean, at the moment, it looks really calm out there, but then they always say that there's a calm before the storm, don't
Yeah,
they?
that is the phrase.
So yeah, I mean,
I'm not looking forward to it because a few months ago, our neighbours were having some renovations done on their roof. I think they were having their chimney repointed.
okay.
Or straightened, I should say. And when the guy came down from there, he went, "Oh, you want to get your landlord to take a look at your chimney because it looks really twisted and it doesn't look very safe." I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks, I will do." I told the landlord, he went, "Well, yeah, but they're always looking for a bit of extra work, aren't they?" And I was thinking, what? So you're not going to get it checked just in case?
No, because that costs money. Landlords don't want to
Yeah,
pay
so
money.
Monday night, depending how terrifying the winds get, I will be sleeping downstairs or perhaps at my dad's. Because the chimney is in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
Which is between
Both bedrooms.
our room and Chloe's
Yeah.
bedroom, so it could fall either way. And I don't want any of us to get clobbered by like a chimney stack.
No. I mean, they're the most... they're normally the thing that's... Like, if they go, the structure of the house becomes really...
The best
shaky.
case scenario is it doesn't fall. But if it does fall, the best case scenario is that it topples slowly and slides down the roof into the back garden where no one will be. The next worst case would be it slides into the front, which is out onto the pavement and cars.
Yeah.
The worst case, obviously, is that it just crashes through the roof.
Yeah. And destroys the house.
Destroys the house, but,
Yeah.
I will either be sleeping downstairs or... Well, we will all be sleeping downstairs or at my dad's.
Yeah.
Because there is no way I'm going to risk that.
No.
And we did windproof our garden this morning, took down the trampoline, moved our patio furniture, brought everything inside.
Tied it all down. I should probably do that as well.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that. I'll go
It's
back.
one of those things, is like, as like British people, we generally are like a bit sceptical.
it's just a
Get
bit
a bit
of
sceptical
wind,
now,
isn't it?
it's just going to be wind.
Yeah.
But like this time, I'm like, I don't want to risk it.
No. I mean, back in 1987, we had wind speeds of 115.
Yeah,
miles
and
an
this
hour,
is...
which is, this is going to get up towards that. Little bit of consumer advice. The Metropolitan Police is urging people not to call 999. So, not that you'll be watching this now, but if you listen to this today,
Before Monday.
and something does happen to your house or your property to do with the storm, don't call 999. Call 101, because that's their. What is that? That's like it's not the emergency line. It's one for things that are slightly less pressing. Like obviously, if you
get crushed by a chimney stack while walking up my road, call 999 if you've got your leg
If it's
trapped.
a genuine emergency, like something has to be done about it right away, then 999 is obviously the number to call. But 101 is the number you should call if, say, for example, your garden furniture is blown down.
Yeah, or your windows blow out or something like that. Call 101 and they'll say, right, go and find this.
And they'll give you advice.
Block the window up.
Yeah,
Don't call 999 and say, can the fire brigade come and clean my window up?
Yeah.
Because somebody that's got toppled, crushed by
who's
a
been
chimney
crushed
stack
by
will probably need the fire service. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand with like recently there's a girl at work, a Polish girl who I've been taking to work. She lives just around the corner. And we were talking on the way home one week. We were talking about like snow and stuff like that. And I was saying, like, I think it was raining and windy and raining. And I was saying about everyone driving so slow and stuff like that. I said, "Oh, you want to see it when it snows?" And she went, "Oh, is everyone bad in the snow?" I went, "Yeah." She went, "Oh, but they change the tyres, don't they?" I was like, "No,
no one owns tyre chains.
no one
in
owns
this country.
tyre chains or snow tyres."
I think I ranted about this on one of the first podcasts.
Possibly, I think we did.
Because it had just been snowing, hadn't it?
Yes, yeah, blimey, that was a long time. But we don't get enough snow to warrant going and spending a couple of £100 on a new set of tyres or wheels, because it's not just tyres, you need the whole wheel.
Yeah, because they need to be bigger wheels so that the profile of the rubber.
Yeah,
is...
and with less air in,
Yeah.
slightly deflated. But you can do that yourself. Most people will go out and let a bit of air out of their tyres so they spread.
That's right.
But yeah, like English people will go, no, I'll keep my slicks on and I'll go drive in the snow, and I'll drive like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, it really annoys me.
And I'll stick my fog lights on.
And I will
Fog lights in the white snow. Not the best idea.
And instead of doing like mechanical braking using the gears, I will use the foot brake, which locks the tyres.
Which will slide you. Yes.
Pick up speed instead
I'm
of
not going to slow down by dropping down a gear. I'm going to stick my foot heheavily on the brake.
Yeah, but can you
as I go
imagine
round this corner?
If we did have tyre chains in this country...
people would drive like wankers.
Yeah, but also
the
state of the roads anyway... They'd just be
people
destroyed.
wouldn't take the chains off.
No, exactly.
When the snow starts to go away, people won't take the chains off.
Just in case.
Just in case it goes again. Yeah. So we're looking forward to some accidents and some blocked roads and stuff in the next couple of days.
Yeah, there's going to be mayhem because we know that even if there are leaves on the train lines, the train networks don't run.
Jesus.
Even
though the Mythbusters proved that a stone on the track will not derail a train. A wet leaf.
Or
might.
ice on the tracks or something like that. It's like, well, there's such a thing as heated rails. Like, you can do that.
Yeah.
Spend some fucking money.
Wankers. Anyway.
Yeah, so 101 instead of 999, that's the most valuable piece of information that we can give out as long as you're going to listen to this before Monday.
As long as you're not in, like, your life's not in danger, call 101.
Yeah. And
the blown out window is not a fucking life-threatening thing. Just go to a different room.
Just be a bit safe as well. Don't go out unless you really, really have to. Like, there's no point endangering yourself more than you have to. We want you...
Does that mean I can call in sick for work because I'm on earlies on Monday?
Yeah, I think so. I think I might do the same thing.
But the thing that I've got to go... Like, if you're from this area, a bit of local trivia for you again. I've got to drive up either Boxley Road or Detling Hill.
Oh,
or Boxley Hill or Detling Hill.
They're quite steep.
Both steepest hills.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go up there and, and there's trees covering both.
Yeah, which could quite easily be blown down, I suppose.
Yeah, and crush my car.
Yeah,
yeah, so. I might not go to work, depending how bad it gets, really.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see, won't we?
But I'm one of those people that I'll go, I might as well try.
Yeah. No, I always have to try because...
You get those people that go, oh, it's snowing, it started snowing, I'm not going to go into work. And it's just like a light frosting.
Yeah, the problem with where I live, actually, is that my road doesn't ever get gritted, whereas we're right adjacent to us is a main road that does get gritted. So even if the road outside my house has got a foot of snow, which it has done in the last couple of years... The main road might actually be okay, but I don't want to go from my house to the main road.
No, because whichever way you go out of your house, there is a big hill.
Yeah, and people don't get it. Like, people don't understand that, like, I can't actually get out of my road.
If I could get out of my road, fine, I'd come to work.
Yeah, but, like, no matter how good the quality of main road is, like, literally getting to the main road is
a bitch.
Really hard.
It's the same with us. Ours doesn't get gritted.
No.
We've got a gritting box down the bottom of the other road.
Yeah, that's right. But who's going to go down there with a shovel to do it themselves?
Yeah,
yeah, it's like one year when I was working at the pub in town here. I said to Pete, my boss, like, I cannot get out on my road. Like, there's no way I'm getting down to Maidstone. And down in Maidstone, actually, it wasn't that bad.
No,
because
it wasn't.
We're at the top of the hill. It all gets dumped.
Yes,
before it comes down and over. So, like, he was like, he's being a bit of a pussy. So came up to the wholesalers, bookers at the top of the hill and was like, oh, maybe. But still, he was like, I'm going to come and pick you up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Bollocks. And he's got a Land Rover as well.
Yeah, exactly. A Land Rover can get everywhere. But then he got into my road and was like, I can totally see now.
Why you didn't come out in your micro or whatever you had at the time.
I had an iGo at the time. So our iGo, like, it just wasn't going anywhere. And even if, like I say, it was so bad that I didn't know what the condition of the main road was like to even get the bus.
Because we were going to record.
That's right.
Our first episode was going to be released a week earlier.
It was the first episode.
It was the first episode was delayed by a week because Tom couldn't get out of the road.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, you didn't want to risk it. Because
no, I did go.
it had started snowing. You could probably make it out, but you didn't know what it would be like to go back.
Exactly.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And we did speak about it on the first episode.
Yeah. There you go. So if you haven't listened, you go back and listen to all of them now.
And you can hear another snow story if you go and listen to episode 1. But yesterday, me and Liz and I, sorry, I'm going to use proper English.
Yes, why not?
We actually put a deposit down on the church.
Ooh.
So we have a date.
So you have a venue and a date and a church.
Yes.
Wow, it's all proper.
It's
now.
coming together. Yeah. So now we know what we've got. We can start planning everything around it.
Cool.
That's awesome. That was good.
So do we know the date?
We do. It's 28th of May, 2016.
16. Okay.
16,
So we've got a couple of years to wait.
Yeah, so
that's
don't, you know.
So we shouldn't be like I shouldn't be dusting off my my best suit just yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay,
no.
cool.
Save the date, though.
Yes.
That's what they say, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's really, it's kind of sad and happy and pretty awesome at the same time. The church now, if you've lived within the parish for 3 or more years, I think it is, the church will allow you to get married.
Oh, right.
Whether you're religious, whether you attend
really?
church, they don't ask any of
They
those
don't
questions
care anymore. They're like, we don't have enough people
Which
coming.
is sad
Yeah.
that they don't. But at the same time,
It's good for people that
I don't go to church
But
because
you
I don't
want-
believe in
But you
it.
want the church wedding.
But yeah, it's one of those. And that church is. Have you been in All Saints Church? Ever?
All Saints.
It's the one just down the road, round the corner.
I don't know if I.
The ceilings are humongous. It looks like a bloody cathedral.
Oh wait,
inside.
is that? Oh no, that's not St Michael's, isn't it? The one that's down near the Archbishop's Palace.
The one next to Archbishop Palace is All Saints Church.
Oh, that's also.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I have been in there then.
It's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it's massive. It's actually little fact about that. It's the biggest church in the country.
Is it?
Yeah, it's bigger than some cathedrals.
Oh, the biggest church.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so it's, yeah, because like we were stood at the
Altar.
altar.
So,
Yeah.
Catholic.
Catholic. Hi. Yeah, we were stood at the altar. We were stood in the middle of the cross.
Right.
At the heart of Christ, I think they refer to it, don't they? Because everyone, likes to remember their saviour being pinned up on a cross.
Yeah.
Because that's how churches are designed.
They are. They're all crosses.
They are crucifix. Yeah, so we were stood at the heart of Christ. And it was just like odd, like we were stood there and in front of us was a massive amount of church.
Yeah.
Behind us was a massive amount of church.
Yeah, it's
to the
huge.
sides of us were massive amounts of, it was, and I was stood there kind of like, this is like really, really daunting.
Because when I was in the Cubs, they used to have the massive St George's Day parade through Maidstone Town Centre.
Which they don't do anymore.
No, they don't, do they?
No.
No, it's rubbish. I thought it was really good.
I used to love that.
Yeah, and
It
there
went,
were
would it go from Moat Park? No, it ended in Moat Park.
it went from
It's-
Brenchley Gardens down the high
Was it
street.
just the Cubs, or were you talking about the actual whole parade with everyone, all the business and the floats and?
I don't know.
can't
Maybe
remember what it
I
was.
don't know. Maybe it was ever. It had marching bands and bagpipes.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
stuff like
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it started off over one side of town, right down the high street, or Week Street, then the high street, and then it ended up in All Saints.
Oh okay.
And there was a big mass and stuff. But yeah, it fit everyone from the procession into it, and also public
Yeah, it's. I think the benches.
pews. Yeah.
I knew the word. It just went. So the pews, I think it must be like at least 200 people. And then they've got space. They've got like stacks of chairs at the back.
Yeah.
And like the space to put the chairs. Like I think it must be more than 200 people.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
It's got like it's one of those churches where like there's probably about I don't know 15, 20 pews back, and like double pews either side of the aisle.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like 60, 70 like pews. Like, it's just massive. We walked into the church. It was dark. And we were like, where is he? And it was dark. Like, there's no electric lighting in there. I think
there
it's on. There must be somewhere, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
But like Liz said, when the sun is shining brightly, like through the windows, the stained glass windows.
Oh, it's cavernous. It's massive.
It's massive. There's somebody. There is a really famous like person in history in there in the crypt, and I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's not Sir Thomas Wyatt. He's somewhere else, isn't he?
He's probably in Canterbury, isn't he? I'd have thought.
I think he might be Canterbury. Yeah, but anyway, there is somebody quite famous in All Saints Church, and I did search it and I could not find it.
Oh, really? Oh, I won't bother.
But yeah, so we walked into this church and it was fairly dark and we couldn't find any. Well, we were like, where are they? So like, let's go try it. And it's the vestry, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Where the vicar does all his office.
Yeah.
And we're like, see, I've got one of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, we go like search the vestry, and we kind of went walking. I was like, we're not going to go up there, like past the altar and up to the top, and we're not going to go that way because I don't think we're allowed.
Yeah, they're always slightly gated off.
But yeah, you kind of go up to the altar and you turn right and you go along a bit, and then you go next to this area, and the vestry is like to one side. So there's like rooms off of the bloody altar. It's like massive.
Yeah.
And he was just sat in there working away with his clock ticking, and you're like, I would not want to work in here.
No,
it's
they
terrifying.
are scary places, churches.
Unless you're a man of faith, then
Yeah.
I imagine it's quite comforting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The utter silence and the slightly damp cold.
It's exciting, but it is very, very daunting, knowing that we're going to be stood there.
Yeah. In a couple of years.
Lovely church, though.
Yeah.
Really, really nice church. I'm quite glad to be living within the parish.
Yeah,
of that
definitely,
church.
man. Yeah.
But that's cool.
Because there are a few other pokier churches about.
Yeah. I don't know. The one up the top of the road is like the sister church of All Saints. So I don't think they actually do weddings up there.
No.
So I think anyone who goes to that church gets married at All Saints. That one is St. Philip's, All Saints, and I think Archbishop Courtney are all
part of the
same church. Yeah.
The same parish.
Yes. Anyway. Spent a bit more time on that than I planned.
Well, that's
Never
good.
mind.
That's
Yeah.
good. It's a little insight into your life. You know?
Yeah.
And people will find out on the podcast before you find out in real life.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that happens this week as well is, Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween. Yeah, because we both had this moment where we were like, oh shit. If we wait in a week, then it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So we need to do it
So
this
we
week.
need to do it this week. But we're not really doing
Theme.
Halloween because really everyone's going to be doing it,
Yeah.
aren't they? So,
Yes.
I mean, we're going to do some creepy stuff.
We're
I
going to
think.
talk about Halloween.
We're going to, Well, I don't know. My stuff is more to do with kind of ghosts and things.
Yeah,
So-
okay, yeah. It's not based on Halloween, but it is creepy stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to use the fact that it's nearly Halloween to talk about creepy, paranormal.
So perhaps we might
Sort
creep
of.
you out. Have you got a...
I've got, what? That intro?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to do my one first?
Oh, no. I don't know.
No, I was going to play the intro to the Buffy theme, but
Yeah.
I don't want to cut it off and like risk copyright
Okay.
or something. Never heard of song. Yeah, it's. We'll just go into it. Sorry, because I was going to edit it and just get it and cut it down so it sounded good, but I didn't.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I've got something else loaded on YouTube that I wouldn't.
Yes. Yeah, which I'm not looking forward to.
So.
So-
Tom went to a Catholic school, so he's kind of got the
I have the
paranormal
weird...
thing ingrained. That's
I can't.
creepy.
The thing, my problem is I can't deal with like supernatural stuff.
No. No, I'm a pussy when it comes to ghosts and things. Like
Yeah, I mean, I literally like last year. I don't know whether it was.
that. Back to the Future, mug.
I don't know whether it was this year or not actually, but I went to see The Woman in Black, and that terrified
the actual show?
me. Yeah, no, the film.
The film. Yeah.
It terrified me. I just couldn't deal with it in the cinema.
Daniel Radcliffe did not come across
No,
as
Daniel
like,
Radcliffe.
scared.
No, he came
He
across
looks-
as a piece of fucking teak furniture.
He was like one of the doors in that fucking house. He was just.
just part
He's
of the
not a
scene.
good actor.
No, he's not. He's shit. But it scared the crap out of me because I don't like those videos online where it's quiet. Ah!
Fucking scared me. Oh, good, because I was going to do a screamer for you.
No, I fucking hate that shit.
You would have punched me.
Yeah. I got tricked.
I don't like screamers.
I got tricked by one of those on Facebook the other day actually, and I threw my tablet across the room.
Sorry.
'Cause I jumped
Sorry,
that
my
hard.
favourite thing is people being scared.
I fucking hate it.
Like, not scared like, oh my god, I'm scared. Like, oh, fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, throwing things across the room. And shit like that. I love it. I watch, like, reaction videos to that and stuff.
Yeah.
I always love fucking, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't mind watching people getting scared by them, but I don't like to be scared by them myself. But yeah, no, The Woman in Black freaked me out because it's supernatural.
It is scary, but you know.
I wasn't. The thing is, it was a 12 certificate film, and it starred
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe, and I was like, how fucking bad can it be?
Quite.
Then I realised it was a Hammer film as well, and
Oh,
Hammer
yeah,
films
yeah, yeah.
in general are fairly weird. And it's a modern Hammer film.
Yeah.
Which to me they're going to ratchet it up, but I thought I can't see how they got away with it being a 12.
You don't actually see anything.
No, I know, but just the
The
tense...
suicide element of it as well. I think it's, you know, with the was it triplets walking out of the window at the beginning, like that. Suicide. I don't think suicide should be within a 12 certificate film.
No, and just like I said, I just didn't think it was. I think the tension of that film as well, like
It was definitely a creepy film. I didn't like it, but Corky's seen the play, and he said that is fucking terrifying.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Like he said,
From,
it's
like,
so
Corky,
much better.
my family have been to see it as well,
Yeah.
and like everyone says that the stage play is like the most scary thing that they've seen.
I think the best sinistery, creepy. Sorry, I didn't realise what I'd done there, because you're gonna laugh at that in a minute. But the best film that I've seen that does horror very, very well and tension and suspense was Sinister.
Right.
The film itself wasn't great, I don't think.
I've started
but the
watching
monster in it.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
That have you seen it?
Yeah,
The bit where he's holding the picture up to the window in the back garden of the back garden, and then he pulls it down. The guy's just stood there behind the bush. I'm like, oh fucking shit! Like that film scared me.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
The tension in that film was amazing.
Because it starts from the beginning with that fucking woman as well.
Oh.
Is that Sinister? There's like a woman at the window.
No, it's the yeah. I mean, we must be talking about I can't remember how it opens now. It's the kids.
Yeah.
With the hanging in the tree.
Yeah.
Where the family's hanging in the tree.
That's
Yeah. That's the beginning of it.
Yeah, that's.
And it's
correct.
like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, right from that moment, I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
And you're like, oh, what the hell is going on here? And it just evolved. I mean, in the end, you're a bit like, I mean, it ends, unlike most Hollywood films, there is not a happy ending.
No. And then they've gone and made a second.
Oh, have they?
Or even a third
Oh,
one.
shit. I've seen the first one. That did scare me. It was like, there was that, I can't remember what it's called now. The one I watched, the horror film I watched before that, which they did horror really well. It was all about communicating with spirits, and it was the guy with the red face. That might be the Darth Maul one you're thinking of, where it's ghosts.
Yeah.
With the loft, the people in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that wasn't
there's
Sinister, was it? That
no.
was the other one.
He's like a devil.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I did not like the ending to that at all.
I haven't seen that because I saw that Darth Maul was in it.
Yeah, that
and
one.
I thought that's not.
It is scary. But the ending it doesn't pay off.
Insidious.
They're
all the fucking same. All the titles are the same.
Yes.
Insidious, Sinister.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a bunch of S's.
The ending of Insidious doesn't pay off, but it is scary.
Right.
It is creepy. But
See, I'm not...
there's no real good payoff. But Sinister hasn't got a great payoff.
No.
But it is fucking creepy and scary as shit.
Like I don't like the feeling of being scared, which is why I don't.
You like slasher films, you don't like horror films.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Scream you'll watch till the end of time.
Yeah, of course.
But
because it's not scary.
But actually scary films.
Proper scary films just freak me the fuck out. Plus, I have a very overactive imagination.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And I can't stop thinking about things once I've seen them. Like Woman in Black, I didn't sleep for a night or two.
You're not going to like what I'm going to play for you.
Fucking hell.
Sorry.
Right, okay.
It's creeped me out. But I do as well. Did I tell you about when I had that episode of sleep paralysis?
Yes.
Yeah, where I thought it was ghosts. Like my initial thought was it's ghosts.
Yeah.
Because
what else could it be?
What else could it be?
Yeah.
And my initial thought it was ghosts, and that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it hasn't happened. I think that was when I was taking. No, I suppose they were antidepressants actually, but they were like pissy. They were anti-anxiety pills.
Yeah.
I think it must have been when I was taking around the time I was taking those.
Mm.
Maybe that was the reason I stopped taking them.
Maybe.
I can't remember. It might have been one of the reasons I stopped taking them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was anti-anxiety pills, and I think they did that. Yeah.
Who knows?
That worked.
Right.
Anti-anxiety.
Makes
Episode
you
of sleep
think that you're
paralysis.
seeing ghosts.
Yeah. I wasn't seeing anything.
No,
I was hearing them, and I was
hearing them.
feeling them touch me.
Oh, that's fucked.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Have you ever seen? No.
Has any of your siblings ever seen a ghost?
Yes.
Yeah?
My brother
Oh, right.
actually put his hand through one.
Wow.
He was at a friend's house. Rip off rent merchants. But yeah, my brother was at one of his friend's houses, and it was a big creepy old house, and there was a power cut, and his friend decided it'd be a good idea to run away from him and hide.
Right.
So my brother was looking for him, couldn't see him, and was calling him, went round the corner into the kitchen, saw him sitting on the counter in the kitchen, went to put his hand on his shoulder and go, "Found you!" Hand went straight through him.
Oh. Scary shit.
Yes. Bet you're glad you asked that question.
No, because I've had an encounter.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, when I
Sorry.
worked...
Have you ever seen a ghost?
I haven't seen one.
Okay.
But I've had a bit of an encounter that I can't explain because
That
I'm not
wasn't
sure.
the question.
I haven't seen a ghost.
You haven't seen a ghost.
Right. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I worked in the pub down the road, the Thirsty Pig,
Yeah.
we had
yes.
some paranormal people come in because there's always been a creepy thing about that.
It's
pub.
an old Tudor building.
Yeah, it's from like the 1600s.
Yeah.
It used to be part of a stable block, and it's been pretty much used for everything ever since. Like,
America was only a couple of hundred years old then.
Wasn't
Wasn't
even.
It? Oh, it wasn't even.
Wasn't founded.
No.
And they don't like saying that. The American tourists. That
My
come
house
in,
is older than America. I think that's the old joke.
Yeah,
There's a joke
yeah.
about that.
But yeah, like it was a field hospital during the Civil War. It was all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And
Do you want the audio?
I don't know because I've not watched the footage.
Sorry, I've just noticed you pulled it out. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't, and they split us up into two groups, and two of us went on the downstairs and the upstairs, and we switched over, you know, and we went into the pool room, myself and Sarah, who used to work there, and
Yes.
I was like, right, I'm gonna do this properly because I don't actually believe in any of this shit, although there is something weird about this pub.
You
like,
can't help get creeped out, even if you don't believe in it. You can't help but get creeped.
Because the thing is, after
It's the
when,
atmosphere they create.
yeah, when you're on your own closing that pub up at night, it's quite a small
You run.
black and white timber. Yeah, I ran from room to room, and I used to shut it down piece by piece, but would never
Gradually going towards the exit.
Yeah, would make sure that I got everything done before I closed down that part, and then I closed down the whole top, and then the pool room. No, I'd leave the pool room lights on till last because that was the way out.
Yes, yeah.
But everything else would close down, and I'd close it down in stages as I was moving through the pub in that direction because I wasn't going to go back. And there were weird, it was almost like the hue of the room, like the colour of the room would change. It was weird. There was a definite like temperature drop sometimes. Like nothing would ever happen. You wouldn't see anything, you wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah, I'm getting...
But occasionally, like it's really odd. Like one night, I'd had a really shit shift on a Sunday night, and I was closing up, and this weird shift happened in the room while I was wiping down, and I just was like, and I said it out loud. It was really weird. Like I'm not one of these people who normally like talks to themselves or talks to imaginary shit, but like as soon as this happened, I was just like, look, I really, really don't need this tonight. Can you just fuck off? And then the room changed back again. It was really, really strange. Really odd, really strange.
Yes.
But and there was also the smell of pipe tobacco occasionally in various parts of the pub. The stairwell that led up from the bar to the top room, and also there was supposed to be occasionally people would see someone sat in the corner in that top room next to the kitchen area.
Oh, the room that slopes towards the road.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got these people in because, you know, all sorts of stuff has been said about the place. These ghost hunters, spirit hunters
ghost
and
hunters.
stuff. And they brought a load of their own people along. Like people pay to go on these nights.
Yeah.
And they do table tapping.
It is.
and all
There's
the rest of
people
it.
that are fascinated by this, and they'll go around from haunted place to haunted place.
Yeah.
Because they believe in it so much.
Yeah. And like I say, we split up into two groups. I went with Sarah, one of the barmaids, and I thought, well, I'm going to do this properly because I don't want to get carried away by one of these people who may well be a plant.
Yeah.
Sorry. And so I stood next to the guy who was leading the thing.
Yeah.
And next to Sarah. So I was in the middle of one person I knew wasn't going to fuck around.
And one person that could.
I figured the person taking it probably wouldn't mess about.
Yeah.
Because why would he?
Yeah.
You know. And so we all link hands around the pool table. And they start doing their thing like, oh, you know, I can feel that thing, and blah, blah, blah. If you're here, then give us a sign and all the rest of it. And for about 10 minutes, nothing happened. And then they were like, right, if you're here, just, you know, raise someone's hand or something like that. And like I say, another 5 minutes passed and nothing was really happening. And they were talking away. And I was starting to get more and more skeptical. And then, like, someone across the room started lifting their hand up. And I was like, fuck off. Bunch of cunts. You know, it's just not a thing. Like, stop it. And so they were asking questions. They were finding out about this person who was in the room with us and all the rest of it. And there
usual
were
generic character description.
Yeah, apparently there were two spirits. There was one stood in the doorway, an older gentleman who was looking a bit kind of like, why are you doing this to these people? Stop fucking about with them, to the other ghost, who was a bit younger. And the other one was like, he was killed outside in a car accident in the 70s or something.
Makes sense because of that junction.
That junction is dangerous.
But then if you see a big junction like that when you're about to do
what are the chances that
someone would have died out
precisely,
there,
and then their arm started to go up, and then it went down, and someone else's arm started to go up, and it was moving round and stuff. And then Sarah's arm started to go up with my hand on this side, and I was like, Sarah, just fucking stop it.
Did it feel like she was pulling your hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because like I didn't have any. I wasn't trying.
Yeah.
So to me, it felt like she was pulling her hand up. So I was like, "What are you doing? Just stop it!" And she was like, "I'm not. I can't. I don't know what's happening. Like it's weird."
It's one of those weird powers of suggestion thing, though. Your mind could do that.
See, this is it. But then my right arm went numb, and I figured that was probably blood loss.
Yeah.
Because of it being raised, because it had been raised for quite a while. It started to go numb and kind of pins and needles.
Yeah.
And then my left arm did exactly the same. My right arm then wasn't numb anymore. But my left arm went numb and started to rise up.
Oh my god.
It was really odd.
And you shit yourself.
And it was kind of a constant motion like this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is fucking
That just
strange.
looks creepy, me looking at your face. I can see your arm going up.
And I was like, this is weird. So at one point, I was just like that.
Fucking you put your t-shirt over your I'm cunt.
And then, really weirdly, because I was starting to kind of not freak out. It was just a bit strange because I had no feeling in my left arm at all.
Did you put your arm, or did you not try?
I had no control.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't bring it back down. I couldn't move it.
It was just there.
It was just there. And then I started to, my legs started to go like someone was pushing down on my thighs.
Yeah.
And I couldn't fight it. I tried to stand back up.
So you were down on the floor.
I could not fight it. And slowly, over a course of 5 minutes, I kind of went down to nearly a kneeling position.
Oh, Jesus.
And I could not fight it.
And then you were freaking out.
Yeah, but it was painful. Like, it wasn't... Because obviously my muscles were fucked. Because something was pushing me down.
Yeah.
But I tried to fight it and was really pulling my muscles, trying to force against whatever this was.
Yeah.
And it kept me down on the floor for quite a while with my arm up in the air like this. It was really stupid.
Oh dear. That's such a weird image.
All the time,
all the time your hands are still up in the air.
All the while this
was
going on, the guy next to me was like talking to this thing and all the rest of it, and trying to find out some more about it. and then they were like, right, we're gonna have to cut, conversation. And as he did, he was like, are there any final parting words and stuff? And I got back up again. Could finally get back up, and everyone's arms went back down again. And the guy who was taking it was like, I think the guy's name was Joe or John or
ghost?
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
John or Joe. It was a J-based name.
Yeah.
And he was like, Tom, John just wants you to know that he thinks you're cool.
Oh my god, that's weird.
I was like, right,
Thanks.
okay, but I can't explain it. I still don't. But I don't know what to think about that because to me, I want to believe it was power of suggestion,
But
I don't understand how I couldn't force myself.
Well-
It was a very, very strange thing, and I don't know whether I believe in ghosts.
no, but you might believe in energies of some sort.
Yeah.
There's this. It's not even similar at all, but there's this weird thing where when we first moved into this house, I don't know if I've told you or said it on the podcast, but my daughter's Chloe's bedroom just upstairs. It's always been the coldest room in the house, or it was always the coldest room in the house when we moved in, and she used to come in crying and saying, something about a man. It was when she wasn't talking properly.
I think you've told me this before, but I don't think you've said it.
But
on the
I
podcast.
thought it was because I was playing Half-Life 2 one day when I was looking after her. And she was really young and she came in just as one of the guys with the mask on
Yeah.
came on the screen and he scared her and she's like, I don't like the man scares me. So when she used to come in and say about the man, we're like, she's having a bad dream about one of the characters in Half-Life 2. Which is fine. And she's coming crying about it and we were a bit creeped out. And then my uncle, he is a medium. Or he used to, he doesn't practice anymore. He used to. So he used to go to meetings where they would contact spirits in his head, like when there was a girl murdered up Lewes Road.
Right.
And he said something about the police at the time. It was going on about her teddy or something.
Right.
Because the girl came to them and said something about their teddy and the police shrugged them off. But it came out that the reason they caught the guy, don't it, was because they found her teddy.
Wow.
And it was just this weird, like, whoa, sort of thing. But anyway, he came around, and any house any of our families move into, he goes around and blesses all the rooms, of any spirits, and you have a little wooden cross that you keep or something. He puts in the rooms.
Yeah.
And he came around and he was like, yeah, Chloe's room, there's something in Chloe's room. We need to come around and we need to, like, exercise whatever's in there.
Right.
So he came around because his sister, it's all his family, like his generation in his family, like his sisters and him, they're very... What's the word? They're open to it. They've got the gift.
Okay, yeah, they got the shining.
They've got the shining. We'll put it in inverted commas. Him and his sister came round to exercise Chloe's room, and there was a man that used to sit in her room, and he was quite evil. Like, he was an evil spirit, feeling spirit, and stuff like that. And we obviously used to scare Chloe. Chloe would see him. Immediately after they had done this, her room was warm.
Really?
It was a warm room in the house.
Wow.
Now. Like, it used to be the coldest room in the house. Now it's quite a warm room. Like, you can't explain that away. Anyway, unless he came in and he bled the radiator so it worked properly. You can't. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You used to walk in and it would be cold as soon as you crossed the door.
Right.
But now it's warm, like the rest of the house.
Fuck that.
Which is a bit weird. We're not going to be able to cover much of what we're going to talk about.
I know.
I'm going to creep you out, though.
Oh, God. All
Right, so there's a famous thing on the internet. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And we're talking about exorcising ghosts.
Yeah.
Have you heard the audio of Annalise Mitchell's exorcisms?
Oh, God. No.
Have you heard them?
Yes.
You've heard them?
Yes.
We've got to play them anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
But
I might take my...
There's this German woman who, for over a series of years, she had lots of exorcisms, and they recorded the audio of them. Mm-hmm. And there's the stories behind it and stuff, but we're going to play the audio for you now, and it's fucking terrifying. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Right, there's the intro, and it's all in another language, probably German. But it opens with, like, a picture of her as a child. Mm-hmm. And then...
This is going to come on really loud as well, isn't
No,
it?
I'll turn it down slightly. But yeah, it's two priests doing the exorcisms.
It's just...
Like the pictures.
It's basically the fucking Exorcist.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose is based on these tapes. This is only like 2 minutes long. I want to know what she's saying. it's German as well, which is quite a harsh language as it is.
Sie Drecksau, Sie Verfluchte! Der das ganze Deutschland verführt, oder? Ja, der ist er noch
You don't want to see it? Okay. Well, I'll explain. It's not. I'll explain why she looks like she does. There's a reason.
See, that's not a sound a human being should make, is it?
No, not at all. Like if that didn't send shivers down your spine, you were a fucking freak. But so she died in 1976. These were around, like, I think it was like 72 to 76 or something. But, oh no, 75 actually. Oh, so it was only a year it went on for. But she's a German Catholic woman. She died in the same year as her exorcisms because, basically, she had seizures. She was really intelligent and she was a devout Catholic. And she had seizures, and I think as a result of the seizures, she developed schizophrenia, which she was diagnosed. She was undergoing all like treatments and antidepressants and things for a condition, and a lot of the medication was having negative effects on her. And she started, because of her devout Catholicism, she started having adverse effects to religious symbols, so crosses and churches and anything that she used to love, and she started developing, like, she couldn't stand them, she couldn't be near them. Yeah. As a result of her schizophrenia, really. Yeah, you heard. Yeah, it was my phone. I forgot to put it. No, it made me jump. Oh, sorry. But yeah, so like a priest came in and said she was possessed. It wasn't schizophrenia, she was possessed. And they did go to the Catholic Church to try and get an exorcism done, and then they turned her down at first. And she went, like, she was of the mind to go and say she wants to be exorcised. Yeah. And eventually a priest came in and did manage to get permission from the bishop to perform exorcisms. As soon as that happened, her family said, we're going to stop all medical treatments and psychiatric treatments. Yeah. Because it's possession, so we're going to stop all of this medication, and she's just going to have exorcism. So the exorcism started as she was coming off of her medication, and she stopped eating as well. Like because she was getting progressively worse with her condition, and she stopped eating, so she ended up being malnourished, which is why she looked like she did, all skinny and haggard, and her skin peeling. It wasn't because of the possession. This is like I'm getting really agitated and angry because of this. I didn't realise I would. But yeah, it's not... So they stopped treating a schizophrenic... mentally ill... Schizophrenic... It's schizophrenia as well, so it's like a manic depression. Yeah. Like, and she ended up being malnourished. She died because of malnourishment. Yeah. Like, she died of hunger.
It's insane, isn't it?
And, like, the reason she didn't like the religious symbols was because of schizophrenia. Like, she was a devout Catholic. The schizophrenia was like, oh, you love that, do you? Not any fucking more, you don't.
No, exactly. It's
and like that audio is not an exorcism at all. It is a depressed person. It is
the screamings of a depressed person.
Yeah, she's in pain. She's hungry. She can't be near these religious symbols because her condition won't allow her to be.
It's not a demon.
So initially, that is terrifying.
But once you find out the actual story behind it...
It's terrifying for a completely different reason.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah. But I hope it scared the shit out of you because I hate that audio.
Yeah, there is something about that audio, and I think it is because of, films like The Exorcist or The Last Exorcism of Emily Rose, where they've played on that kind of...
and like I say, the Last Exorcism of Emily Rose is based on that. Yeah. Well, that is a totally different story to the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
It puts a whole new spin on exploitation cinema, doesn't it?
Well, really, yeah. I mean, it is sad, and I was, yeah. I mean, it's totally sad, but it's scary as well. Yeah. It's totally scary. Freaky. Fucking 55 minutes.
Yeah. Did I ever say about that house that I lived in on Tunbridge Road as well? No. We lived in. I don't know how long the story's going to take. That's the thing. Maybe I'll leave it for another time.
Yeah, because we don't really want to miss out the
ABCs.
again,
Yeah, we'll
do
have
we?
gone 2 weeks without them now.
3.
3. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
had the embarrassing stories, then we had last week. Yeah. Should we go for it?
Yeah, let's go for it, and we'll do some more scary.
We're doing. I suppose we'll do a paranormal episode.
Yeah, we've always said that we're going to do something paranormal-ish or UFO type or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
fuck it. Anyway.
The ABCs of ABH. What letters today?
X.
Wow. That was quiet.
Coming close to the
I don't know
end
if it
of
is
the-
quiet. It just sounds quiet in my
Yeah,
headphones.
I don't know. Coming close to the end of the alphabet now. Very, very close.
Well, this is the third to last, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got 2 more after this.
Two more.
Have you got one?
Yeah. I'm gonna go geek with it again, and it's gonna be cliche, but it's the only thing I could really think of, and it's the X-Men.
Yeah.
I was a massive fan of the TV show when I was a kid.
Yes, I've
The
got all of
animated
them on my
series,
laptop.
they are amazing.
They're all on my laptop.
Wicked. You need to, if you've never watched the X-Men animated series, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
isn't it?
X-Men the animated series.
Go and watch them. They're fucking brilliant. And
They
they've
are.
got all the X-Men in them, unlike the films, which
Yes.
the films don't really focus on a lot of the better X-Men, I don't
yeah,
think.
Jubilee for one.
Yeah, Gambit.
Gambit, yeah, he
The
was
ultimate-
in one of them.
He was in the Wolverine
Origins.
but they fucked him up, I think,
Yeah.
personally.
Not as much as Deadpool,
No, Deadpool was the worst thing about that film.
but he was cool. He was like Deadpool
yeah.
was really cool
Yeah.
in X-Men Origins. If that was the only version of Deadpool,
But the fact is, Deadpool...
that wasn't Deadpool.
No, that was like a zombie Deadpool.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I thought he was a really cool character, but he just wasn't.
You want to read the
Deadpool.
Deadpool comics.
Yeah.
The Deadpool comics are really fucking
Or the
good.
Deadpool game is supposed to be really good
Yes,
as well.
although the gameplay is supposed to be shite.
Oh, really?
But the actual, like...
Narration.
is the point.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool is this person who will break the fourth wall.
He will talk to.
And
He
he
used to
talks.
talk to the writer of the comic
That's
or the
right,
artist
yeah.
of the comic.
Well, there's a series of Deadpool comics called Deadpool Kills.
Right.
And originally it's Deadpool kills the X-Men because he just gets a bit pissed off with them doing this, that, and the other. Then it's Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe
Right. Oh yeah.
because
yeah.
he's the best assassin in the
Yes.
world. He's the most highly trained assassin, but he's fucking annoying because he's schizophrenic.
Oh okay.
And he talks to himself and he talks to the reader, and he talks to the reader but in the storyline. So the other characters know he's talking to the reader, but they're not aware they're in a comic. He's the only one who's aware he's a comic character.
So he's not schizophrenic.
No.
He's aware.
Yeah.
He knows what's
This
going
is
on.
it, yeah.
That's the thing.
It's really meta.
Yeah.
And it fucks with your mind. But then the next one's called, I think, Deadpool Kills Deadpool.
Right.
And then, because he faces off against the multiple versions of himself.
Oh okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Through the other universes. And then it's Deadpool Kills Marvel Comics. And he comes out of the comic and goes after the writers.
Well, in the offices and things. Oh, that's amazing. That's brilliant. That is. Probably the best X-Men character there is.
Yeah.
But he's
yeah.
not an X-Man.
But he's not an X-Man, so I shouldn't be talking about
Well,
him.
no, but he's within the X-Men universe.
Yeah, he is, yeah. I've read a couple of X-Men comics recently. And they've got, the comics, obviously they can do multiple stories of multiple,
They've got
all
multiple
of the
universes
characters,
and everything as well, yeah.
There was a character, I should have brought the fucking comic with me, which I didn't, which is stupid. But this character can bend light.
Oh wow.
And make it solid and use it as a weapon, but also
Awesome.
put on these displays as well.
Yeah.
And she's really cool. I'm going to get
Like
crucified.
Jubilee on steroids.
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. And then there are other ones that can read minds and stuff like that. And one of them is the cousin. In this particular story, it was to do with a villain called Horde, who
Right,
was
yeah.
this big kind of demon thing from another dimension who comes and kidnaps the X-Men so that they can steal a crystal for him. And this crystal is the most powerful element in the universe, so he can control things. But he can't go into this big palace to get it because of some magical thing. So they have to go in and get the crystal, but they end up destroying him, obviously. But they all succumb to like the it's a bit almost Event Horizon-ish.
Oh right.
Except it doesn't show them nightmares, it shows them what they want.
Oh okay.
So
it's a bit like the Mirror of Desire in Harry Potter.
I suppose
Crossed with Event Horizon.
yeah. So yeah, they and all the
So it's the
X-Men
Mirror
are
of
kind
Erised.
is that
Because
it?
it's Desire backwards. Because it's mirrored.
I see. But yeah, they all see this future for themselves where maybe they don't have their powers that are a curse, or maybe, it's something they'd really want rather than living the life of a mutant.
Yeah.
But they eventually get the crystal, and they use the crystal to destroy Horde anyway. But also in that, one of the X-Men's cousins is Captain Britain, who is...
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about this last week because you were showing it to me, yeah.
Because it was quite a niche Marvel hero, one that I don't think very many people would know about. And it came out of Marvel UK. It was from the UK branch of the Marvel Comics. He was one of our heroes.
Yeah, because you said that particular book that you read about, it was the English writers.
It was stories from English writers or artists.
Yeah.
So yeah, the person who effectively invented Captain Britain brought him into American Marvel through the X-Men.
Is he like a wanky version of Captain America?
No, he's more like Superman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's kind of not in that he's immortal or anything, but he can fly and he's super strong. But I don't know how he can fly. Like, he wasn't properly explained, which is a bit weird because of Stan Lee's thing. Where,
where everything's usually explained.
Each comic is your first comic, so you've got to explain the backstories of certain characters. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was quite interesting. And I think everyone's got their own favourite X-Man, haven't they? I think
most people's favourite X-Man is Wolverine.
Wolverine, obviously. They wouldn't have made so many bloody films of him.
No. I do really... I don't know if it's the same in the comic, but I really like Gambit in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I just fucking love
Gambit's character. And I think they really fucked up. They really missed a trick there, because I think they were going to cast the guy from Lost who played Sawyer.
I didn't watch Lost.
Did you not?
No.
He would have been fucking brilliant.
But
really would have been. But there were scheduling conflicts because it was the first X-Men films were being shot at the same time that Lost was being shot, so he couldn't do both.
No, the thing is, he would have been a brilliant Gambit if it was the Gambit from the cartoons and the comics.
Give X-Men back to Marvel Studios, let them do it properly, and then bring him in as Gambit, because he really is, like, he would have been brilliant at it, without a shadow of a doubt. You watch Lost, and anything to do with Sawyer, like, you can see and you can hear he's got the accent, he's got that kind of, like, he calls everyone nicknames. He is Gambit, and that's what they should have done. But yeah, so favourite X-Men being Gambit, I think.
Gambit or Wolverine?
You've not
Gambit and Wolverine, the relationship with Gambit and Wolverine,
it's that kind of antagonistic thing.
My worst X-Man, I hate fucking Cyclops.
Why is that?
I just don't like him.
Is he a bit kind of Steve Rogers, a bit goody-goody?
Yeah, he's a bit wanky. Yeah. I'm using that word today. He's a bit of a
he's just
pretentious...
a bit of a wet lettuce.
Yeah. I just don't like him. Scott Summers, I just think... I don't like him.
No.
I do like his power. I do like his fucking laser eyes and shit like that. I just don't like him.
I think my least
He's
favourite...
like over-responsible, isn't he?
Well, he's kind of the leader.
I think he holds himself responsible for everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't like
those
that.
characters are a little bit like...
I think everyone likes the Rebel, which is why people like Wolverine and Gambit, because they'll go off and do shit on their own. I like Beast, actually.
Beast is good, and I like what they did with him with Kelsey Grammer as well.
Yes.
Actually, I thought that was quite
Have
clever.
you seen First Class yet?
No, I still haven't.
It's really good.
I know, people
and
keep saying
everyone,
this.
all the young versions of them are really, really good.
Yeah. Well,
Like
they're bringing them
Lawrence
all back.
Mystique
Bringing them all back for the next
Days of
X-Men
Future
film, so I'm going to
Past,
have to see First
you
Class
do need to
before I
see
see
It is a really, really good book. Good film, sorry. And it is brilliant the way they explain why Xavier's in the wheelchair. That's covered.
Okay, right.
That's really good.
Right.
And it just adds this extra dimension to the relationship with a certain person. I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay.
But it's just fucking brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
One of my favourite things about the X-Men animated series is the theme tune.
Yes, it's a brilliant theme tune.
And they kind of do it in the films, don't they? But I just love the theme tune.
Yeah, that theme tune is brilliant. It's genius.
Yes.
My least favourite character, probably Rogue.
Really?
Yeah, but only in the films.
Yeah.
In the film, she's a complete emo tosser.
I don't know how they're going to bring her back. Like,
No.
why has Rogue got so fucking anorexic?
Yeah.
All of a sudden. Yeah, the only reference to Jubilee in the films is Storm going, Jubilee! And that's it. It's the only time you see her, isn't it? She's not in
Yeah.
any of the others. She's in the first one when Storm shouts Jubilee.
Yep.
And that's it.
That is pretty much it, yeah.
Is it the first one or is it the second one?
Oh, God.
I think it's the first one because the
It's
second
been
one.
so
is
long
with
since I've seen those original
Yeah.
trilogy.
They are good. I like
They
them.
are. And will Ellen Page be coming back as Kitty Pryde?
Yeah,
she is,
should-
isn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because she wasn't in the first two, but she was in the third one where
Yeah,
she
she's the
faced
one
off
that
against Vinnie
Fell
Jones.
through the floor. He grabbed her and she stuck him halfway.
Vinnie
through
Jones, the
floor.
worst casting in Hollywood
I'm
history.
Juggernaut, bitch. Yeah. I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah.
I love Vinnie Jones. He can.
Yeah, in certain things.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he was right for that role personally.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
I don't know. My ex
Yeah.
kind of ties in. It's handy we kept it for a week because it kind of ties in with the Halloween thing. It's X-Files.
Ah, yes.
I told you about it weeks
know.
ago. Yeah. Oh, you.
I'm acting surprised.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, X-Files. I knew that. But yeah, it's not so much I love X-Files and this is why, and I'm going to talk about it for hours. It's just that fact that I do like X-Files.
Yeah.
And I really wish I could watch more.
Yeah.
Like I need to start watching them and I need to watch them properly because I just loved it.
Yeah. I remember when it was on the TV, we used to watch it. We used to be one of those family things that we used to sit around and watch. But yeah, it just stopped after a while. I think it was because we had
I love
Sky
the
for a
fact
bit
that
and then
David
we
Duchovny
didn't
and
have
Gillian
Sky.
Anderson are together now.
Yeah.
Like Fox and Mulder.
Yeah.
Fox and Scully.
Got it on.
Yeah, Fox Mulder.
Fox
Mulder and Scully got it together. That was the song, wasn't it? Mulder and Scully.
Yes.
I was using his first name, sorry, but they're together.
They are.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I do like the X-Files. I liked the second film. I can't remember much about the first one. The second film had Billy Connolly in
That's
it, didn't
right,
it?
yeah.
And I liked it.
I
A
never
lot of
saw
people
that
don't
one.
like
I
it.
saw the first one, but I've not seen the second one.
I think I've seen the first one, but I can't remember a lot about it. But the second one, yeah, is with Billy Connolly, and I liked it. I don't know why people didn't. I don't think
Anything
people
with
liked
Billy
it.
Connolly in is good.
Yeah. But he's being serious. As
Yeah,
well, and he's
yeah.
quite a good actor.
He is, yeah.
Like,
and
strangely.
I hope that he's better because he got sick recently.
He did, didn't he? Oh shit!
I haven't looked. I
I
haven't
didn't mean
heard
to bring him
anything
up, so I
about him.
didn't. No.
No,
But yeah, on X Files though, like
but the show itself, we started watching it at a specific time in my life when I was living in a certain
education
space.
past
Yeah.
secondary school.
I was at an institution.
Yeah.
And we started watching them from the beginning, and we only got like 2 or 3 series in.
Yeah.
But I'd like to continue watch because there's like 10 or 11 series,
There's
right?
a lot.
There's quite a few.
They are
But if
just
you watch
good.
that first series, in the first couple of episodes, you've got like Seth Green in it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This long-haired stoner kid
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
out
yeah.
outside a military airbase watching weird light formations in the sky, and he says "dude" a lot and heavy.
Oh god.
Because it's like the early 90s,
Yeah,
so
and
it's
that
all
was-
Generation X type stuff.
But that was how people spoke
Exactly,
back then.
yeah. But
It's
you
it
watch
would
it
seem
back,
dated now.
You watch it back now. He's got like a plaid shirt on, like fucking Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, he's a grunger.
Yeah, yeah. But also you've got Tombs. Tombs, one of the creepiest villains.
Yes,
That
yeah.
there
Liz
were.
hates. Liz doesn't even like you saying his name.
Really.
Like, he scares the shit out of him. And is there 2 or 3 episodes with him? Because he was in early ones,
At
and then they
least-
brought him back later.
Yeah,
didn't
at
they?
least 2. He was a recurring villain. Yeah.
Eugene Victor Toombs. I remember our friend Matt, mutual friend.
Yeah.
He's like a science mind guy, and he liked to make things. Like he used to make non-Newtonian fluids. That he was like, oh yeah, punch that. Oh, it's hard, and then pick it up. Like it was
Yeah.
just that he liked to do stuff like that, and he made like a fluorescent paint,
All right.
like which is not hard to do because I found out recently that tonic water fluoresces under
Yes,
UV light.
that's right. Yeah.
So he probably mixed it with something like that. But he wrote Tombs in fluorescent light on his wall, so you couldn't see it. But he had a black light as well.
Right.
So when he turned on the black light, it would just say Tombs across his wall, which was really cool. Like, you know, he's like 14, 15 years old. That's cool.
Wicked.
But I remember watching some episodes, and I watched one episode when I think it was the one where Mulder actually got abducted. Oh, there was actually aliens abducting people. And I was watching it around his house, and it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because like there was a guy in his bedroom, and then these lights came on, so the walls started glowing, and you could see like alien silhouettes. Oh shit!
Oh,
we're getting
really?
Junk.
Yeah.
But yeah, he started like there's alien silhouettes, which scared the shit out of me. Like aliens terrify me. Cramp. But yeah, so
The aliens.
X-Files, I really, really want to start watching again.
And the truth is out there
It is somewhere. But I just fucking X-Files, brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely
awesome
brilliant.
TV show.
Did you ever play the PlayStation game?
No.
Really good.
Really?
It was really good. It was a point and click game.
Okay.
And you had to make decisions, and it was like actual video. They actually recorded video, like fucking David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson and everyone in it. Like you'd make a decision, and then someone would talk to you as if you were playing it. And it was like over 4 discs. It was a really long game. It was just.
I don't think
so
I
good.
ever even knew there was a game.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good.
Righto.
But me and my friend got to a certain point in the game, and we got stuck in a loop. It just wouldn't go any further.
Oh, I
and
see.
it was just so annoying that we'd spent so long playing it. But that was a really good game.
All right.
So yeah, X-Files the series, X-Files the films, and X-Files the PlayStation game.
And X-Men the animated series,
Yes,
and
and
all
X-Men,
the
the
other
books
movies and
and-
the comics. You've got a lot of
Not the
a lot
Origins
of,
movies.
No, not the Wolverine.
First
origin.
Class is fine origin movie.
And the Wolverine is not bad actually.
Is it not?
The most late.
Oh,
the,
okay.
The most late.
The most,
fucking hell.
the most latest one.
The most recent one.
Yeah. But X-Men, anything that's X-Men Origins title, no.
No,
The Wolverine, fine. X-Men
Yeah.
Origins Wolverine,
not so
No.
much. No. Unless you're an absolute completionist.
like
Which-
Tom.
like
Although
me.
he's not seen First Class. So
No, I
don't how you
know
can
it's
come with-
weird, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just because it was a different studio and it was,
It was
young
good.
X-Men 90210 and shit. But,
X-Men 90210.
yeah, so I will go and watch it because I have to now because they're bringing all those characters back for
Yes.
for First Class for future
Past.
Sorry.
Days of Future Past, yeah.
But yeah, no. So lots of catching up for everyone to do this week. If you
Yes.
want to go out and watch all those things, read all those
Yeah,
books.
go watch like 11 seasons of X-Files. Go watch 5 seasons
the
of
last
X-Men, the
50
animated
years
series.
of X-Men comics.
Yeah. There's your homework.
Yeah,
Get it done.
Yeah, get it done. Report back. Or not.
Or just do whatever.
But yeah,
Catch up with
so thanks for listening again this week. Don't forget
I think
to,
hour and 10, hour
yeah.
and 15 minutes is our
don't
thing,
forget
isn't it?
to subscribe. Tell your friends about us.
Yes.
Go on to Facebook and invite all your friends to our page because you
Yes.
never know. Some of them might actually like it.
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel because that'll show up in your activity feed. So
Mm-hmm.
if anyone subscribes to you on YouTube, they'll see that. Go like our videos as well.
Yes, thumbs ups and
Yes.
stuff like that, and like and comment and share and all the rest of it. We want to hear from
any
you.
way you can interact with us,
Yeah.
do it
'Cause
because
we
that
want-
spreads the word.
Yeah, and we want the interaction as well. It's nice to know that people are listening, and when people do interact, we do make the effort to reply.
Yeah.
Sometimes straight away.
Yeah. Yes, sometimes we have this week, I think.
We've been on it this week, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so get in touch if there's something you want us to talk about, you think is interesting or whatever. Let us know.
Yeah, and if you agree or disagree with anything we've said,
Yeah, just
let us know.
have an argument with us.
Fuck it, why not?
We'll have a debate.
We'll have a mass debate.
Yeah. And on that
If enough
note,
people get involved.
And on that note, this has been Anywhere But Here this week. I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.